Hey friends, it's Lyssa at embellishwithlyssa.com and Embellish Creative Space in Watertown, Wisconsin. Welcome today. I go live every Wednesday at noon Central with a project for you. So we're really glad you're here. Let me know if you are watching live or catching the replay and where you're from. I would love to know how far this broadcast spreads. Today's project is really cool because we're actually going to make 3 different cards, and they all came from one sheet of 6x6 paper. Isn't that cute? So we're going to get 3 for 1, basically, right? I don't know about you, but sometimes when I see 6x6 paper, I'm like, I can get, a 4x5.5 chunk out of here for my card, and then what do I do with the leftover strip, right? So it's really handy to use these one sheet wonders to know how to cut your paper so that you can get more than one card out of it, and in this case 3 separate cards. So this is one of my favorite one sheet wonders. It's brand new. And it will be in my layout library, which is my subscription site where I put all my class PDFs, all my templates, all my cheat sheets. Everything is in my layout library. If you're interested, you can go to embellishwithlyssa.com and read under clubs and memberships and read about my layout library. Well, the colors I chose today, I did this on purpose because I want you guys to take a look at the starter kit special for May, because we only have 2 more days. And the starter kit is an amazing deal any time of the year, but it's especially a good deal right now because you get all 5 of our new colors. You get all 5 ink pads added to your starter kit for totally free, only during May 2024. And then you also get, as if that wasn't good enough, right? You also get the entire 6x6 stack. So like this big stack of pattern paper, also in those same colors. Lots of fun to play with. You get a package of the assortment cardstock. So you got all the cardstock for the same colors, and then you get the embellishments too. I have a little partial pack here because I've used the front half, so it's bigger than this, I promise. But you can see it comes in all 5 of the colors. So I just love that, and all of that in color package is added to the starter kit for totally free. So that's in addition to the free $125 worth you pick out for just $99 plus tax. So $99 plus tax is going to get you close to $200 worth of goodies and fun stuff, most of which you pick out yourself. And then they throw in the business supplies too. And if you decide to have a little side hustle like I do, then you can run it as a business and enjoy ordering with your friends and having a ball like I am. Okay, so I'm going to use one of the new colors then today. That's the sales pitch. It's over. We're on to all pure fun now, right? But let me know if you have any questions about that. I'd be so happy to answer it. We've had, probably 15 people join our team this month, and it's just so exciting and fun. And they're full of questions and full of sharing their new projects, and we just love it. It's always fun to have fresh blood, right? When I've been doing this for almost 20 years now, it rejuvenates me when people join and I see this fantastic hobby through their eyes, and I get excited all over again. So so we're using Petunia Pop, one of the new colors, probably the most popular of the new colors. And so I've chosen the ink and the matching 6x6 paper, and then I've chosen plain thick basic white, so it's thicker than our normal basic white, and it makes a really good card base that way. And I've scored 3 card bases of that, so those are ready to go. And in addition to one sheet of 6x6 and your 3 card bases, you're also going to need, here they are. Not feeling very organizational this morning, I'll just warn you. You're going to need 3 focal point pieces. So I have cut these die cuts from the Unbounded Love dies, and it just has a huge variety of tags and frames, and some of them are girly and some of them are plainer. Like this one's really girly that we're going to use today. all different sizes. This is an excellent set of dies if you just need shapes for your sentiments and to go behind your little focal point pieces. So I chose this one. It's nice and large, and it goes great with the Hooray for Surprises stamp set, which has some beautiful large print sayings. So I don't know about you, but as I age and my eyesight gets poorer, I feel so much more sympathy for people who can't read that tiny font, right? So Hooray for Surprises has simple, clear, and very bold sentiments. So that might be an option for you if you send cards to seniors and those of us who aren't seniors yet, but our eyesight might as well be elderly, right? Then the other thing you need to finish this set of 3 cards is just a little scrap of 2 inches by about 1.5. And that's all we need to finish off this one card. I couldn't get one more piece out of my chunk of paper here. So we're going to need to add a little piece of matching cardstock. So this is just Petunia Pop cardstock that'll go on one of our cards. Okay? All right, let's do the cutting then. Cutting is hard sometimes because your paper's really cute and you don't want to mess it up, right? And sometimes it's the last sheet of that pattern. So that's where these templates come in really handy. So this is one I just sketched out for you so you can kind of see along today, but the professional PDF version of this will be available in my layout library by the end of the month, which is 2 days. I set up everything except the cutter, so let me grab the cutter. Just a few steps away here. Okay, let's clear this space. And I'll show you how to cut. So the main thing you look for is the main line that goes all the way from edge to edge, right? Because it wouldn't make sense to start cutting here and have to stop when this line bisects it, right? So you want to look for a straight line that goes all the way across to make your first cut, and that will all be on the PDF file for you too. So this one is 3.5 inches all the way across. Okay, then put the smaller piece aside, and we're going to cut this into 4 equal chunks. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have labeled them A, and B, because these are all going to be for card A, and this one is going to be for card B. These 2 are also going to be for card B, but we'll get there in a minute. So for right now, we're cutting this large piece here into 4 chunks. So let's cut it in half, which would be 3 inches and 3 inches, right? And then we cut each of those in half, which would be, whoops, there it is, 1.5. And this one, 1.5. Okay, so that has given us 4 equal chunks here. So for card A, we're going to use 3 of those chunks, 1 on each side and 1 flipped in the middle. Easy. Then this one is for card B, and that's going to be this upright piece here. So we need to get the other 2 pieces of this card out of this remaining piece, and then the last little bit for our 3rd card. Okay, so let's peek at the template again. So we need a piece that is 3 inches. There we go. We're going to cut it like that. So we're going to get a 3-inch piece, a 1-inch piece, and a 2-inch piece out of this. So let's get our 3 inches first, and then our 1-inch piece, and then we have our remaining 2-inch piece. Can't get it out there, along with our little extra piece of paper, cardstock. There we go, cardstock. All right, and we're going to just separate them a little bit because it'll be hidden by the sentiment. We'll get to that card in a minute. And then this one is card B. You can do it any way you want because the paper is double-sided. Isn't that fun? So it's like having two different patterns to play with, but it's all cut from the same exact sheet of I almost said 12 by 12. 6 by 6. 6 by 6 is what we're working with today. Okay, so that we have all the pieces cut, and we can set aside the template and do some assembly. All right, let's start with this one. I'm trying to get it to stay down. There we go. We're staying down. Okay, so we've got our card bases that we prepped in advance, just regular, ordinary, top hinge, horizontal layout cards. And then I'm going to just take a peek at my patterns and see if there's one that has more flowers on it or looks prettier. That's pretty good. Kind of see how the flow of the leaves goes. I like that these two big flowers are not cut in half. It's just a little bit prettier. So arrange your strips till you've got the patterns you want showing. You could do 2 stripes and 1 floral. You could do 2 florals and 1 stripe. You know what? That one's almost out. So rather than fight with it, I'm just going to open a new one. And I would, if you can, use a liquid glue because you'll have a little bit of playtime with the putting it down. And this card is going to have a large white border all the way around. So I always eyeball it. I can see that there's about the same amount there and the same amount here. Let me lift this up a little bit. And then the same amount over here. So I know if I do that same thing here, where it's centered, same amount, same amount, same amount, then I will be able to center my striped piece in the middle without having to measure. I don't know why I resist measuring so much. So it works out to about a 1/2 inch border on those. And then I think what makes this work, because it's an extremely simple card, I think what makes it work is the crisp white card base against this vibrant color. So, and remember, the simpler the card is, the more well done it needs to be. It needs to be super well executed. If it's going to be simple, then it won't look homemade if it's really well done. So let's do our sentiment. Isn't it pretty? Think of how many super fast thank yous you could knock out in an hour's time if you had a big event and needed to send like graduation thank yous. You know what? While I've got the ink pad open, I'll just stamp all of our little focal point pieces because I'm going to make them all say the same thing today. Sending you lots of love. This has hooray, can't wait to see you, make a wish, you're the best. And the sample cards used hope your birthday is wonderful. So hooray for surprises is a great stamp set. I've shared how the matching die set for that stamp set works too, and makes those fun tear off surprise cards. I love those. So I was happy to see that carried over to the new catalog because I want to keep playing with it. All right, isn't that pretty? And our finishing touch for card A will just be a couple of the matching Petunia Pop embellishments. Cute. And you could stamp inside, but I'm leaving these just blank because I'm not sure what I'm going to, what occasion I will be using those for. How fun is that, right? Okay, here's card B. So we had all our pieces pre-cut. We've got, this one's staying down by itself. That's good. We've got our card base pre-cut and scored. So we'll just fold it over and assemble according to the photos. And again, this is all in my layout library in a nice PDF format where all the measurements are typed up and the instructions, and the cutting guide will tell you where to start cutting, how to continue. All right, my measurements are just a hair off on this one. It should still work. So do we like it with the stripes better, or do we like it with, ooh, the flowers better? What do you think? Ah, well, just do one of each, right? Okay. So I'm going to glue it striped side down. And for this card, I'm just going to start from the middle over here, so it's centered. Or it would be if I put it down right. There we go. And then continue with the tall piece, which will be where our focal point winds up. I swear I did not cut anything straight today. I'm going too fast, undoubtedly. I usually do. And then this one. And my card base must be just a hair too big because it should not have that white line on there. So I'm going to stick that in a trimmer and cut that off. It doesn't look bad, but it would definitely look more professional and finished without that little hairline white nonsense. Okay, and then our focal point popped up with some dimensionals. That's really cute. And then our matching embellishments. I'll put a little set of 2 over here to kind of balance our visual triangle. Is like this on this card. If you know about visual triangles, congratulations, you know a little bit of graphic design and layout knowledge there, so good for you. Okay, so we have made this one and this one so far. And now we're going to make the last one, and this is our little baby note card that needed a little help. So it's got our little 2 by maybe 1.5, can be a scrap there of Petunia Pop. And our last card base, you can position this any way you like, but I wouldn't do it in the middle, bonk, like that. It actually is more pleasing to the eye when a card is separated in sort of thirds. So we are going to put this over on the right side. I know my directional. Okay. Here we go, and it doesn't matter that we have a little tiny gap there because we're going to cover that right up with our focal points. But first, before I do that, I'm going to take another stamp from the Hooray for Surprises stamp set, and that's this little cute open work flower there. And just add a little bit of a sprinkle of flowers going from the top right as if they were sprinkling down to the lower left. Okay, now that that's done, I can put my sentiment on. And my third card is finished already. I made 3 cards today. What have you gotten done today? And then you can add your embellishment dots. Cute. Cute. I love stamping. It's so easy to make super cute cards and scrapbook pages. But there is an idea for your 6x6 paper. And again, if you need paper or anything that you've seen here today, because I've used Stampin' Up! Supplies for everything, that's at lyssa.stampinup.net. And if you want to read about my layout library and the cool templates and PDFs and cheat sheets available there for a small subscription fee every month, you're welcome to, and all that info can be found at embellishwithlyssa.com. And then don't forget the starter kit special ends on May 31st at midnight Mountain Time, because that's where Stampin' Up! Is located, out in Utah. And midnight Mountain Time is the deadline to get all 5 in color ink pads, all 5 of the pattern paper pack, all 5 colors of cardstock, and the embellishments free with your starter kit. Nothing added, not even shipping, and there's only tax on it for $99. So love that. Don't forget, I'm here anytime. That's the most important thing. All right, thanks for stamping along with me today, friends.